Let's talk about GPUs getting cheaper. As Ethereum switch to proof of stake gets closer, the network's planned switch to proof of stake has been pushing prices of graphics cards down. Graphics processing units, which are used for mining Ethereum, are getting cheaper as the network prepares to switch to a proof of stake model from proof of work, which will render these computer parts virtually useless for those mining Ethereum. The asking price for popular GPU models on eBay has dropped by 37% since May 2021. When Chinese authorities issued a renewed crackdown on crypto mining in the country, CoinDesk calculated using data from Tom's hardware. But the price drop has accelerated this year as Ethereum developers have been testing the proof of stake model and the price of the second largest cryptocurrency is slumped. The price of 10 major GPU models on the online marketplace dropped by 7.4% in January and 9.5% in February and 12% in March. Crypto mining accounts for about 35% of the consumer demand for GPUs globally. Tristan Guerra, managing director and senior analyst for semiconductors at investment bank Robert W. Baird, told CoinDesk. GPU miners, quote, are not really investing in new equipment at the moment since prices have been high for a while, end quote. And, quote, most of them are likely waiting for when Ethereum moves to proof of stake to buy the second-hand GPUs, end quote, from those who will give up when the shift happens. Joe Downey, chief marketing officer at hash power broker NiceHash, told CoinDesk. It is widely accepted as a poor investment right now since the ROI, return on investment, is much longer, Downey said. The network's hash rate, a measure of computing power, has been relatively stable since the start of the year, data from information platform Etherscan shows. When Ethereum eventually moves to proof of stake, even more GPUs will be dumped onto the secondary market, and prices will likely spiral even further, Guerra said. Adding to the downward pressure is that the price of Ethereum has been relatively low while the difficulty of mining has increased. And it's important to note this because I've been getting this question, why is the difficulty increasing? We're still sitting around between 978 terahash a second to about 1.06 petahash a second, somewhere in between there. It's not really going up a lot, but the difficulty is starting to increase. Remember, we are starting to see the difficulty bomb go off. It'll go off in May, and it's going to start ramping up very, very quickly. Don't freak out, though, because we have confirmation at this point that, of course, we will see a delay in the release of the merge, which means that they will naturally have to defuse the difficulty bomb. And when they defuse this difficulty bomb, we should see a stiff drop in difficulty as well. It'll be an instantaneous drop as soon as that difficulty bomb is diffused via an EIP. We should get an announcement for this on Friday, which will be the April 29th All Core Devs call for Ethereum. So tune back in Friday at some point. We'll probably be making an individual video just covering that call for you guys this weekend. And we should have a better idea of kind of the future of Ethereum, what we're looking at with the merge, and have better timelines ready to go. I don't have anything right now. I just want to mention that's kind of what we're waiting for, and also why we're seeing some of this difficulty increase. When Ethereum eventually moves to proof of stake, even more GPUs will be dumped on the secondary market, and prices will likely spiral even further, Guerra said. Adding to the downward pressure is that the price of Ethereum has been relatively low, while the difficulty of mining has increased. The price has picked up a little recently, but quote, there is still some distance to the previous peak, end quote, said a spokesperson for F2 Pool, the second largest Ethereum mining pool by computing power, according to information platform Mining Pool Stats. At the same time, the difficulty of mining Ethereum continues to rise, and so GPU miners' mining revenue is declining continuously, the F2 Pool spokesperson said. When Ethereum network reached record difficulty in December, NiceHash saw about 300,000 miners drop off its platform, Downey said. In February, the war in Ukraine depressed crypto prices, which in turn made mining less profitable, and so GPU prices fell even more, said how? I don't know how to pronounce that one. I give up on that one. A sales rep from Zuzin Science and Technology, a company that resells mining machines in China. estimates that only 20% to 30% of crypto mining equipment was in China has been sold after the crackdown. Since the ban, the domestic market has been, quote, flooded with a lot of secondhand equipment. And although most of this is ASICs, there was also some big GPU mining there. This also brings prices down, Downey said. In the past month or so, slowing consumer demand in China and Europe has led to even more excess inventory, pushing GPU prices even low, Gettr said. For that reason, the investment bank downgraded chipmaker Nvidia's stock to neutral from outperform earlier this month. So, we do know, we talked about TSMC removing crypto mining from their reports, their quarterly reports to the board members. They are not wanting to basically experience what they did previously, which was they were super high, previous bull run on crypto mining being a major portion of their market. And that really turned around to bite them in the butt as far as from a market standpoint. And so a lot of these companies are approaching it a lot more cautiously, and they are predicting from their actions, it seems they are trying to predict that we will be through that bear market. Should you freak out about that? Well, no, we're going to utilize this time to build up bigger and better and stronger, for the next bull run. So you will see that happen typically through the same super cycle sometime in the end of 2024, beginning of 2025, after the next halving of Bitcoin. So, as long as you're playing the game, you're playing the game. I get this kind of question a lot where people are like, it's dead, I'm getting out, and that sort of thing. It's ridiculous, and so on. And you got to keep in mind that this has all happened before. History repeats itself, and in the digital age, it repeats itself on a much more frequent basis. I've been listening to a book called The Sovereign Individual, and it is funny how they did state, and this was written back in the 90s, they do state in that book that the transformation into the digital age and the transformation to the changes within society and to the nation states will be at an accelerated pace compared to any other previous revolution or transformation like the industrial age or the agricultural age and so on, because the digital age is just naturally going to accelerate that. And one of the things is like, you can always use obviously like history as a predictor. And the crazy thing is now is within a lifetime, we can start basically seeing these things happen at a very much more accelerated pace. And all you really need to do is pay attention. I hope you enjoyed this clip from the Crypto Mining Morning Show every Monday through Friday, 7:45 a.m. Pacific and 10:45 a.m. Eastern Time. You can check out more clips here, or if you're interested in checking out the entire live show, you can check that out down here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Tuesday.